We got the EU Fall Open this weekend. That means we got to do predictions. But before we get right into it, I do want to say, please check out the APAC and MENA recap that I uploaded yesterday, just to stay up to date with everything going on in the RLCS, not just NA and EU. But with that all being said, Oxygen is going to take down Aogiri, even though Stizzy, he's still up next. It's been a whole entire offseason, but dude is still up next. Evil Geniuses have looked really good. Sonics, you know, they're something. Moist is a team to watch. They look a little shaky sometimes, and I'm confused on where it's coming from. Goldbridge Ball, EXO, Cash, and Relating Wave, they might be able to have a good chance, but 3-1. Blokes, G1, I'm gonna go 3-2. I think that Blokes team's low-key underrated. Raziers, Rizex, and Casio, but the Spanish boys got that one. Guild is going to lose to BDS pretty soundly. BDS not being one of the first 2 seeds is very surprising. And in that same vein, Carmine Corp is one of those teams that I'm surprised was not a #1 seed. Solary making it in over Team Vitality. Liquid looked a little shaky. Williams Resolve looks pretty good, but I'm going to give that one to Team Liquid. I think it's going to be close. And then EU's got an EU at some point, so I don't know. Simus, Crispy, and Devo, they're going to take down the Monkeys. And as always, shout out Adam Core. You already know the deal, though. We'll start in round 2 lowers. Aogiri is going to upset Williams Resolve. GG's. Nori. Guild actually looked a lot better than I expected them to so far, but again, I still think Top Blokes pretty underrated. All right, we got the Monkeys versus Sonics here, and in the top 16 qualifier, Monkeys beat them, and I think that is going to hold true again. I'm going to go 3-1, and then Goldbridge Ball, they're going to beat Solary. I'm going to go 3-0. Goldbridge Ball, they seem very up and down, and that's going to be an up match for them. Oxygen versus Team Liquid. This is an interesting one. Oxygen, Jorius, Archie, and Oli looked really, really good. Liquid looked a little shaky. Bruh. Main event, though. I'm going to go Team Liquid there. I'm going to go Liquid boys. BDS versus G1. This is a fantastic matchup. BDS, though. Evil Geniuses will beat Endpoint, I will say. 3-2. 3-1. I don't think it's going to be that close. And yes, of course, we have to get Moist versus Carmine round 2 high match, just like we drew it up. I got the script right in front of me, and I'm going Moist. Moist boys, let's get wet. I'm feeling kind of wet. Hey, yo. But Itachi's looked a little shaky in the top 16 qualifiers. The rotations for Astral within Joyo and Rise isn't fully there yet. So I think both teams are working out their kinks, but I think that goes in favor of Moist for this one. Solary over Sonics. We're starting in round 3 low matches. Sorry, Sonics, but I'm gonna give it to the DOP. I'm gonna give it to K-Dop. Williams Resolve, they're a better team than Guild. I'm gonna give it a 3-0. I think Guild surprised me a little bit. Stake, Luis P, and Acro, but Noasaki, Flame, and Breezy, they'll take that one. Oxygen versus the Monkeys, 3-0. Carmine versus Aogiri, a 3-0. Aogiri, I feel like I pronounced that wrong the whole time. I don't know. We're gonna go Top Blokes coming back. 3-2, and then G1 versus Goldbridge Ball is very interesting. I've been a Cash defender for a long time, and I'm going Cash there. Cash is gonna pull up with the stick. BDS over Liquid, yeah. And you know what? Shout out my man Fog. 3-2 Evil Geniuses over Moist. Tox is the difference. Round 4 low matches. Endpoint is gonna make it to round 5. They're my team. Bias, don't care. G1, they're a better team than Williams Resolve. I'm gonna go 3-0. A lot more firepower for G1. Williams Resolve, you'll bounce back next time, I think. Stizzy up next. Stizzy up next. Moist versus Blokes. Moist. Nah, that's a 3-0. Moist pissed that they're in round 4. Liquid versus Goldbridge Ball. Gotta go Liquid. I'll go 3-2. And then Oxygen is going to send Carmine to the round 5. And oh no. Oh no. Carmine versus G1. Mark by late is gonna get bounced by Carmine Corp. Now Goldbridge Ball versus Endpoint is very interesting. Relating Wave, former Endpoint player, most of you know. I'm going Goldbridge Ball. I will. I like Wave, I like EXO, I like Cash. That's gonna be a close series. Endpoint, shock the world, make round 5, but you know, come up short. Is Casio Raziers, and I like that team a lot. I was gonna try and come up with some sort of defense for Aogiri, but we're not doing it. We head into the playoffs and some spicy matchups. Moist or Team Liquid's going home early. BDS is gonna take down Blokes. I'll go 4-1. I'm gonna skip that one because I don't even want to think about that yet. Goldbridge Ball versus Evil Geniuses. That is another one that is very, 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 very interesting. Are EG the real deal? They went 3-0, or are they fraudulent? Will Cash be a choker again in playoffs. I don't know. I want to see cash on land. I want to see cash on land. 4-2. Goldbridge Ball. Oxygen versus Carmine. Oh, man. This is wild. Oxygen eliminating Carmine Corp in round 1 of playoffs is absolutely crazy. That should never be a round 1 matchup, but here we are. And now we have Moist versus Team Liquid. Framing the narrative. We're gonna go Moist 4-2. And I'll come back to that narrative in a second. BDS, I think, will beat Moist and 4-2. And then Oxygen, they're them boys. They're them dudes. They're gonna come in. Now BDS versus Oxygen, this is an interesting one. I really don't know what I want to pick. Do Oxygen have enough to get it done in the first event? I don't think so. I'm gonna go BDS. They're coming off the World Championship victory. It's boring, but boring Rocket League wins you tournaments. BDS wins. Now, talking about that narrative I brought up with Carmine and Liquid getting bounced out early, Evil Geniuses in the first round as well. These 3 teams are all going to be fighting for this number 5 spot. And I think Carmine and Liquid are the best chance there to overtake at least Evil Geniuses. And whether or not Goldbridge Ball can replicate what I have them predicted here, yet to be seen. Those are my EU predictions. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Obviously, my opinions are my own, and I'm always wrong, so doesn't matter what I think anyways. Until next time, have a good RLCS weekend.